You're still lingering like the old cologne that you wore. I still see your face in the empty frame by the door.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Riana and today's video is all about trends. So not any sewn project, not any pattern review. We're going to talk about the trends and how to bring them into your sewing space. So I have 10 wearable trends. So they may have looked OTT on the runway, but what I'm going to do here is just share with you regular inspiration photos that reflect those 10 trends that were on the runway, and then do some pattern pairing. So buckle up, guys. This is going to be a long one. Grab a cup of coffee, grab some tea, some lemonade, whatever suits your fancy, and I'll meet you back here real soon. The first trend is oversized blazers. Now, I wasn't sure that I was really going to bring this in. I was probably going to just do like 9 trends because I am not that boxy style type of person. I'm slowly getting there, but it's just not me, you know. I would like to try some of those trends and see how they work with, but definitely if a trend isn't you and you don't feel it, even when you try to dip your toes into the trend, then it's probably not for you. However, I do feel it's really a good idea to be aware of the trends, what they are, and how you can bring them into someone else's lifestyle. If you're making something for a grandkid, your sibling, a husband, whoever, you know, these trends don't only affect you, but they affect the whole of your ecosystem, the people that are around you. So it's really important to know what the trends are, and you're not surprised when you're in the department store or you see different style of fabrics being sold at the fabric store, that sort of thing. So basically, that's why I'm doing this video. I kind of went off from the first trend, but I just felt like I needed to clarify, you know, why this might be important to you, because it could affect someone other than you that you may be sewing for. So let's just get back on track to oversized blazers. I'm not a blazer person. I've never been one in the past. However, I've seen some styling of traditional blazers for women that have really, you know, opened my eyes to consider some blazers. And I had thought about sewing a blazer this year, but I was more interested in a knit fabric or something with ponte that had a little more structure but not completely tailored. So this first inspiration piece here that you see the model wearing is really slouchy, very relaxed, and definitely oversized for her frame. She's actually wearing a bandeau in between there, so it's not like she's just wearing a blazer with nothing underneath, but it's more of a traditional masculine style. And for me, certain masculine pieces I don't like. I'm more of a very feminine style person, so I definitely have to balance off this masculinity with something super feminine, and I think that's exactly what she did and why she went that route with the bandeau in between there. The second inspiration here is more my styling, and I threw that one in because I'm not a boxy style, oversized, you know, style person, but I felt like this was a little more my thing, and it could be your style if this is the direction you want to go for this trend. Again, I want to just throw this in throughout the video. You don't have to follow trends. It's just really nice to know. But I love this because it's the perfect color for me. I love that color, and I love the gold buttons. I think it just really brings out the model and the wide pants. So that's probably a direction I would go if I wanted to try this trend. The next one is more of a feminine style blazer. It looks just more feminine. It's much more streamlined. The shoulders are slimmer. She's got that puffed shoulder, padded shoulder there. So it just looks more feminine, and I really like the shawl that's on this jacket as well. So for pattern possibilities with this one, we have the Viki Sews blazer here. This is the Riana, and I like this one more than the inspiration that was shared, just because even though it's probably slouchy and oversized, it looks more feminine, and the fluidity of the fabric is beautiful. I love this rich brown color that they used here for this pattern, so that would definitely be a winner for me if I had to try it, and probably nudge myself in the direction of that boxier silhouette. Now, the second inspiration is Simplicity S9381. This is a Mimi G pattern, and it's almost identical to that pattern which I shared earlier. Almost exact, just a different coloring. What I do like about this Mimi G pattern are the buttons that are on the sleeves. I think adding beautiful, high quality buttons to your sewn project just adds an extra level of sophistication. So definitely one that I may consider for a blazer. And finally, there is another Viki Sew pattern. This is the Ariadna blazer, and it pretty much matches the third blazer inspiration that I shared. So these are just a few patterns that are available out there. Obviously, you guys can go out there, do your own research, but I thought I would highlight these because these sort of patterns really meld well with the inspiration that I shared, but those inspiration really hits home to the oversized blazer trend. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to tackle this trend anytime soon, but if I do, one of those three patterns, and I'm thinking the second one would be my most likely option. So let's move on to trend number 2. So you have a blazer, right? So you're bound to have or need the bottom half. And that is what this next trend is. Tailored trousers. Now they can be slim or straight, but right now we see a lot of baggier silhouettes for the trousers, just completely relaxed, little slouchy, but very tailored materials. So good quality materials are being used. Now this first inspiration, I like this. I am not, like I told you guys, I don't like too many oversized pieces, but I love how this outfit looks. It's so flowy, very feminine. I love the pleats on the pants, and again, I do not like pleated pants. I like flat front pants, but for some reason, because of the flow of this fabric, this outfit looks amazing to me, and it's one that I would highly consider wearing. So that's a trouser that would really get me in the direction of sewing something like that. Now the second option, this really pink bright one, is pretty much a nod to the trend because the blazer is oversized. She's wearing more of a feminine piece inside under this masculine jacket. However, the pants, it's a wide leg, but it's more belled, and I think that's super cool too. I like when you have patterns that, I'm talking too fast. I like when your outfit or your pants is streamlined, so they follow the shape of your body and then they gradually extend into that boot cut or that wide or that bell. And I think this one is really very cool. The third option is this super sleek. It reminds me of a tuxedo style pants, but I love the wave of this waistband. It's so beautiful, and I like that it's a cigarette length. I think it's so beautiful. It's probably not really part of this trend because it's just so so slim, but it's very tailored, and I think it's a luxurious style for the trouser. So those are the inspiration for this trend, and let's move on to the pattern possibilities. Again, guys, I have been loving hitting Viki sews, and I found this Daphne trouser. I like the pleats on this. The sharpness of the crease on this pattern is beautiful. And again, these beautiful rich colors that is used for the pattern just calls you and makes you want to order those patterns, get some fabric and get sewing and show off your make, because it is beautiful. It has that sort of traditional old world style feel to it, which I could probably get the hang of. I mean, I like the balance play of the, you know, the wider below and the narrow on the top. So don't make a complete cylinder with your outfit, and that's why I don't like boxy, if you didn't get that by now. But this is beautiful. The next pattern for a trouser I found was Simplicity S9235. I wasn't aware of this pattern, but I like the lines of it. It's a little bit difficult, and if I can get the line drawing, I'll show you. But it's a really nice trouser pattern, and I think it's one that you should consider. Now for the third, more polished option to this tailored trouser, I found this Bridal style pattern. It is design 105 from the January 2021 issue. Now, this trouser is beautiful. I like the pleats. It's very subtle. It's not too huge of a pleat, even though it would be nice to have like creased on there. But for this silhouette, it doesn't work. But I like how it looks with this outfit, and I would definitely consider this trouser for my attempts at making trousers again, which is a goal for 2022. So guys, that is trend number 2. What do you think about this tailored trouser sort of trend? Because that basically means that not a lot of jeans are being, you know, pumped up for the year. You know, we all wear jeans, most of us, I would assume, sometimes, if not all the time. But if we're going in this direction, I think it's more of an elevated, polished direction we're going, where we're leaving a lot of the relaxed denim behind, and we're bringing in more of these crisp sort of style for the bottoms. Let's move on to trend 3. This one is ideal for the season that we've moved into. So we're in spring, and most of the time, you know, during the winter months, people do go traveling to get away from the cold. But when you have children and you're on the downswing of the winter and school season, this is probably the ideal time for vacationing. So one thing that's really big this year is a vacation style. And what that means is bold colors, crochet style, and pretty much any pieces that would direct your mind to relaxing at the beach. So I have 3 inspiration to share with you. This first one is just beautiful, amazing. It reminds me of a sunset. This shirt dress just incorporates all the colors of that dreamy moment on the beach when you're laying down and, you know, the sun is setting and those colors just burst through. Everything about this dress reminds me of that feeling, and I really like the subtle sleeve. It's a little puff, just a little gathering. It's beautiful, and I like how comfortable the model feels. So that tells me this outfit, this dress is very comfortable to be in. The next inspiration is this beautiful, almost like my dress I'm wearing right now, inspiration piece. I like this one a lot. I love how the yoke, I think you'd call that, is that what the front yoke would be? I'm thinking that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, guys. But it does come with the tie shoulders, and I really like that detail. And it's so flowy. The fabric definitely makes this dress feel like beach ready. And I like, you know, just the flow of the fabric. It's soft and the colors are bright and it's just relaxing and entertaining. And it's a maxi length, so you totally feel like you're walking somewhere that you don't care what your dress picks up. So that is a tip if you're wondering when people are on vacation, is for me when there's a lot of beach and the dresses can be long without worrying about picking up any junk. The third inspiration I have, you guys, is this beautiful tiered dress. But what I like about this tiered dress is the sleeve. It's more voluminous. The silhouette is more of a bodice style instead of like this shared. But then you have these tiered pieces on it, which is really beautiful and adds a little depth to it. Another thing I like about this dress is the tie that it has on the bodice portion of this dress. So for inspiration, for the first one, I thought that McCall's M8086 would be a great option. Now, I don't like the hem of this pattern. There's just something about that hemline I do not like, and I would just prefer it to be just a traditional straight hem. But I like the silhouette of this, and it really, really works for the first dress and in creating that. So it's a good alternative if you can find a pattern that has the split bodice and then the attaching of the skirt half. So this pattern is really good for that. The next option, which is super identical to the inspiration, the second inspiration, is McCall's M8213, which I made last year, and I love that pattern, and it was so easy to make. Everything about it was just fantastic. The fabric that I used was really lightweight and totally reminds me of vacationing and enjoying the spring summer season. Now, the third option for my inspiration, and I think this pattern is so amazing. I'm going to try to get multiple images of the line art because it is really a sleeper pattern. I had never looked at this. Like I've looked over it, like I passed over this pattern. It is M8083. I've looked at this pattern multiple times, but I've never like gone into it. You know when you're scrolling by and you click in and it opens up the next page? I've never done it with this pattern, and boy oh boy, I'm pretty sure the next time I go to Joann's I'm going to pick it up because it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Version, let's see, what version is it? Version B and version C are amazing. They are really, really pretty. Seriously, you have to go check out this pattern. It's McCall's M8083. But don't buy it until I get mine first, okay? Alright guys, so let's move into the next trend. Trend number 4 is wear white. So it's all about that bridal impact. So think about little white dresses. We all have heard little black dresses, and everybody should have one for multiple occasions, right? But little white dresses seem ideal. I mean, even if this wasn't a trend, it's kind of like ideal for the new season, new life. It's just beautiful. These are dresses that don't go to a wedding with them, of course, but for a Sunday brunch, after church, hanging out with friends, relaxing on a Sunday evening, on the weekend, heading to the park, going to, I don't know, the library, going to the missions or something like I did last weekend. These are beautiful. So for this trend, just think about, I mean, for me researching this, I thought a lot about if it could be a maxi style dress, because most of the time when you think of like little black dresses, if you're not going to, I don't want to sound morbid, but if you're not going to a funeral with a little black dress, most of the time it's cocktail dresses. So shorter dresses, more sexy, super fancy style dresses. Now with this little white dress trend, I was thinking, well, more along the lines of, could this be a maxi style dress? Obviously, it would be really nice to bring in some of the femininity, bring in some lace, add that to like a shirt dress. So when I did my research, those were some of the things that I thought about. And if you're interested in this trend and you want to dive into it, definitely I would say broderie anglais, lace, even white crochet style fabric, just something that's white, blush pink, those lighter colors, and create amazing dresses with them. So let's take a look at the 3 inspiration. But before I forget, don't forget about tulle as well. Tulle would be a really good addition to this trend. So let's jump in. Inspiration number 1, beautiful shirt style dress. I feel that there is a pattern that was really popular about 3 or 4 years ago, and I can't remember what it's called, that had a shape similar to this. Really similar, where the skirt portion kind of tapered in asymmetrically, but I can't remember. It might be the kilo? I can't remember. I'm thinking that might be what I'm thinking of, but who knows. However, this dress is really pretty. I love the relaxed feel of it. I like that it's a wrap and the sleeves are gathered, and it looks like a comfortable piece that you won't feel too restricted. The wrap is a little deep for me, but I like that feel. That feel is pretty good, and it's more of a biscuity kind of white color, so it's not stark white. The next inspiration is this beautiful feminine style lacy dress, which is super cute, and it's just got a really nice high neckline, which I think is really pretty. And as you guys can see, it's lace because you can see her skin kind of poke through on the chair over there. So this is where I said you can use lace or any kind of tulle to create an amazing piece, and then wear something underneath to just, you know, be very modest underneath, whatever suits you. The third option is this more beautiful style dress, cocktail hour, definitely, with this white one. This one shoulder is so beautiful. There are multiple patterns that you could find to reflect this, but let me take you to my pattern possibility for this trend. The very first one, I couldn't really find a pattern that was 100% similar to that first inspiration, but I did find, let's hear it, another one from Viki Sews. This is the Sylvie dress, which I have placed on my Make 9 for 2022, so hopefully I can make it. I thought that this would look amazing in white. It does have almost the same silhouette and feel, so I thought it was the ideal pattern to pair that very first inspiration with. This second dress is from Bridal style, is really beautiful. I just love how long this model looks in it. It's just so long and gorgeous, and it's just so feminine, and I feel like she's holding a frame, but it's like a portrait of beauty, and the dress is beautiful. I love the dress. I love that little hint of black there in the neck, and it's just such a pretty pattern. It would work really good for the second inspiration. And finally, I have another Bridal style, which is almost identical to my inspiration. It's beautiful. It's a one shoulder. It's from the January 2014, and it's style 112. And if I didn't mention that previous Bridal style, it is the lace dress from the November 2016 issue, style 114. Okay, friends, we are halfway there. This is trend number 5, all puffed up. Yes, puff sleeve, but not just puff sleeve this year. We're talking about bubble hem lines, guys, like that. Puffed on top, bubble hem. However, I don't know about this trend. Let me know what you think. I think, you know, the hemlines are cute for a bubble skirt, but I'm just not sure how much puff do I want. it would have to be really tapered on the top if I had some sort of voluminous sleeve, and that way it's slightly voluminous on top. My waist is kind of cinched in like this, and then we get that hemline where there's a lot of puff going on. So that's basically what this trend is. But I found some really cute inspirations, which I think could direct me in that path to probably considering this silhouette. What do you guys think? This first one is beautiful. It's actually really nice. The hemline isn't super puffy, and that's one thing about searching out wearable trends. Now on the runway, it must have looked super crazy where you can't see anyone, where it's like you're in between of two pillows and they just strap a belt on you. Those are typically what, you know, runway styles would look like. But here we have this beautiful silhouette. The neckline is gorgeous, extremely deep, but it's wearable. It's giving off beautiful feminine vibes, it's wearable, and it looks cute. The second option is that bubble hemline skirt, which I find kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind trying it and seeing how it looks and if I could make it work for me. I like this green. We're moving into this warmer time of the year, so probably not going for that boot style, but totally love this outfit. The third inspiration is super cute, but it's definitely a body hugging piece with that bubble hemline. So obviously you want to make sure you wear things that really shows the best parts of you. So I'm not sure how fitted it would be on me or any sort of style like this, but I do like that swooshing bubble hemline. It looks really cute. And the pink, that's kind of a bright color, and that could be a trend, that bright color thing, who knows. Okay, let's move into the pattern possibilities for trend number 5. So I couldn't really find any patterns that were like on the nose for this trend. I would probably have to do tons of research. However, I found a few pieces that I think kind of gives you an idea or nudges you into the direction of this trend. And the first one that I found was Vogue 1875. Now, this sleeve is really nice. I think that detail is very beautiful. In the past, I probably would have passed this by, but now that I sew often, I can see things beyond what the actual model is wearing, especially when I look at the line drawing. My mind starts to work in a different way. And I think that this would look really nice. However, I don't think I want to go the high-low hem on this particular blouse. I prefer it just to be a standard hemline. The next pattern is New Look N66 and 98. This is super cute. This definitely gives off that trend vibe there with the sleeve, and it's not too much. It's really beautiful, and it just carries the entire outfit, and anyone can actually make this, pull this off, and make it look good. So I'm saying that this one is a winner, and I would most likely make this pattern because I've seen some of the patterns on Instagram look really good for this pattern. So that one is definitely a possibility in the near future. And finally, the latest McCall's patterns that dropped for spring. I did do not a review, but I did record my first impressions, but I never edited it. Please let me know if you want me to complete it, because I recorded that the exact same day that it dropped, but I didn't edit it. So I thought that the information was kind of old, so I didn't do it. But if you guys think that you'll be interested, just let me know. However, back on track with this trend here, McCall's M8252. Yes. Making this one. I already bought it, so I know it's going to be made. Definitely giving off the all puffed up vibes. Puff sleeve, hemline looks great. I think that this one is a winner. I love this style. I cannot wait to try this project. Let me know if you guys want me to make this one of my next projects, but I really love it. I think it's beautiful and it gives way to part of this trend. The hemline isn't super bubbly, but it works for me. Let's move on to trend 6. Now, trend 6 isn't something that you can actually sew. It's more of a color scheme, and that is black and white. But I'm here to tell you some of the inspirations that I found for, black and white, and the pattern possibilities are really darn good, so you should definitely stick around for it right now. I have this beautiful off-shoulder dress, and you can actually use the previous pattern inspiration for this, or you can probably use the one that I'll share shortly. But I like this fabric. Like, look at the fabric there. It's so beautiful. I just think that pattern play on fabrics are definitely what makes your outfit look amazing, and how you pair them to the pattern. So those are very important, and I love making wow pieces with fabrics. So this one is great, and not a typical like black and white stripe, but these leaves, they're beautiful, and the contrast between the two of them, I think they really make this outfit look great. The next one is a traditional sort of a gingham fabric, which we all know and we all use, and we make multiple styles of clothing in. But I thought that this dress looks super cute for the season that we're in, and it's a really pretty dress for a spring season. So why not try your hand using black and white check or polka dots if you are not a check person, to create a beautiful piece. The third and final inspiration is this more for work style. It's striped, it's beautiful, it's sleeveless, and I just think it's so very cute. It's a great play on the black and white, and then you can wear a solid black skirt, a black trouser, or you could switch it up and wear white with it. Not often you see people do the white trouser with any sort of stripe, so that might be something you'd like to try. So there you have it for that trend. Let's move into the pattern possibility. Okay, let's talk about pattern possibilities for this trend. I mentioned that we could have used the Bridal style off the shoulder pattern for my first inspiration here, but I thought that McCall's M7926 was a good option because it's designed for knits. It's really good to have patterns that are designed for knits and woven, just because it depends on how you feel, what your mood is, and where you're going, and the situation that you're in, to have different fabric options. So that's why I'm sharing this pattern. I think it's really pretty. I love the flow of the skirt. The neckline is very interesting for me. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I feel like this year I just want to try different things, so I may purchase this just because that is such a unique neckline. The next pattern possibility is McCall's M8091. This one is more of a traditional sort of button front style pattern where you can work with medium to heavy stretch knit fabric like denim. And I was so out of luck for that third inspiration that I just went out searching for some pattern, and I found this really pretty dressy top pattern. It's got a really nice sleeve. It's got a beautiful tie. I love the detail on this one. It's so voluminous, but yet it's such a pretty feminine piece. So it doesn't really match up to my inspiration, but I do feel it looks beautiful and it would be amazing in white, black, a polka dot, a stripe, you name it. This blouse would look amazing in any of those. So guys, let's move on to the next trend. We are on to trend 7. Yes, we're getting closer to 10. We have the 3 B's. That's what I'm calling it. Bright, bold, and blissful. Although it's pretty much just really bold colors on the runway. But for this trend, I just wanted to have fun, share with you some amazing colors and inspiration that you could use to sew bright pieces with. So first up is this amazing sort of tomato red suit, full on suit, blazer, trouser. Wow, beautiful. I love it. It's amazing. I like the sleekness of it, and I love wearing trousers with heels, stilettos, or anything that's strappy. That is how I love to wear trousers. This is such a beautiful outfit. The next one for this trend is this amazing green dress. It's very, very potent and bright. For this one, this bustier style is so pretty. What I really love about this dress is the thickness of the band, because sometimes with these sort of bustier style, the shoulder straps are usually really thin, and sometimes you may just want to really have like second like coverage or something. And for me, I don't have much going on there, so I really need a padded bra to make things stay where they need to be. So I love the thickness of this. I think it's a really beautiful dress, very nice for dancing and twirling. And the color is on trend because it's bright, it's bold, and you can totally be blissful spinning around in this thing. Third inspiration is this awesome red dress. It's so pretty. What I like about this one is just the details on the front of this dress. It's made with some sheer layering, and then there are three-dimensional pieces of flowers on the front, and I think that's such a unique design. I know you could go out there and find lace like this, so you could definitely create something similar. And then the sleeves have some pretty darn amazing pleats on them as well. So that is my inspiration pieces for Bright, Bold, and Blissful. Now let's take a look at the pattern possibilities, guys. If there were ever a match made in heaven, this pattern possibility, Vogue 1870, is ideal for my first inspiration. I had to take a double take. Yeah, I said that twice. But seriously, I had to be like, whoa, is this really the pattern? And yes, it looks so identical. So if you're interested in this pattern and you like being bright and bold, this outfit is for you. This pattern would look amazing in rich blue, purple, reds, strong whites, like really sharp, crisp white. That would be amazing. Oh, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Next, I have the Rose Cafe bustier dress, which I think is an ideal match for that green dress. Now, it doesn't have the same like skirt half to mirror that style, but that isn't something that is really difficult to hack. If you have a similar pattern for a skirt, you can attach that to this at the waist area. So it's not a really hard hack to get the same look and feel of that dress. Lastly, I have McCall's M8089, which works pretty well, almost not super identical to the inspiration, but pretty darn close. And I think, you know, just with that tie neck, and if you could get some fabric that has that three-dimension pieces on it, it would look really beautiful. The length is amazing on this, and I've sewn it, and it's a really quick make. Now, trend number 8. Gosh, I can't believe we're at trend number 8. We have 2 more after this. Okay, I have here for you guys the new take on trench. So basically, this trend is all about putting a twist on trench coats. So maybe they're using different fabrics, or they're using more pattern fabrics, or they're adding like lace to it, or pleats, or adding different tucks, or maybe a bell sleeve. They're just doing different techniques and different style elements to the traditional trench. So this inspiration has a lot to do with the fabric. The play on this fabric is just not a traditional sort of trench design. It's really more like denim play. It looks like a denim dress in my opinion, but I like the pattern on this fabric. It's beautiful and it just gives you a different feel. It doesn't really feel like a trench coat. So that's one thing that we're seeing more and more on the runway, and probably in department store if you shop there. Next, we have this gorgeous camel style one. This color is so rich, so beautiful, but I love the detail on it. It just looks so beautiful. The details on the hem of the sleeve is super cute. The oversized flap, the sort of Peter Pan collar. It's not a traditional one for trench coats, but that is what we're looking at when you're thinking about making just something a little different, slightly elevated for this new trend. I only picked 2 inspiration just because I couldn't really find those that weren't so over the top. And I wanted it just to be really like everyday individuals that are finding pieces that meet some criterias of the trend. So here I have Berta style 104 from the November issue of 2015. And this one is a really nice sort of peacoat styling. I know it's a peacoat and it's not a trench, but that's something that you could use, just kind of lengthen it a little bit and use some really unique fabric, and you could definitely get your personality to shine through on this trench style. The next pattern possibility is Berta style 12/2011 design 118. This one really reflects elements of the inspiration that was shared. I like how it matches almost identical, and I think if you could get some suede fabric, you could replicate that. These patterns are all still available, so like I said, everything you need to know will be down below in the description box. Trend number 9. Guys, this trend is skirt suits, and I've named it a Vanishing mini skirts suit because the trend is for short skirts suits, and I'm not gonna go super high with my skirts, but typically the height requirement is 6 inches above your knees, I believe. It's between 4 or 6 inches above your knees, and that's pretty much mini skirt. I'm not going to go that high. However, I have some inspiration that are knockouts. They're beautiful, and I also have some really good pattern pairing for these, I feel. So let's just jump into the first one. This one is so sexy. It's beautiful. I don't know how I could pull it off. I need to work really hard on my legs to get them to look like this, but I love this red suit. It's beautiful. It's just so gorgeous. It's just drop dead. I love it. I think it's amazing, and you know, it's a little oversized, so it just takes a little bit of that previous trend that we spoke of. The second one has more of a Chanel vibe to it. It's more fitted, more sexy, just more beautiful and just glamorous. I love this one. This fabric is killer, and those buttons are amazing on this one. Really love this trend. Really love this outfit, and it really feels like something I can attain versus the other one because I don't have legs like that. But let's take a look at the third inspiration, guys. This one is super cute. I like the skirt option here. It's not your traditional like straight skirt, your pencil skirt. It has a little flare, and I thought that was really unique, so I really like that one. This trend is not for everyone, but maybe certain elements. So if you don't want to wear it so short of a skirt, you can add some leggings, but leggings are kind of hard to match with your outfits, in my opinion. I feel like I would go with skin tone always. Okay guys, so for this inspiration, this here is Berta style February 2017 issue design 117. So there are different lengths of this skirt. So there are version A, B, and C, and the jacket is from the same issue, which is design 108. So this one I think is pretty much ideal to the patterns that were shared for the inspiration. I also have a Butterick B6738 as an inspiration. I really like the skirt on this one. It's very simple, but the whole look and feel of this design is basically an option for you if you don't have access to get British style. I know not a lot of people like to trace patterns from the British style, so I try to find big four patterns as well as any independent pattern company that can provide PDFs or patterns that you could just go to the department stores and pick up, because tracing takes a lot of time. You already have them like a PDF, but then you have to go and trace them. So I know it's a lot of work. So this Butterick pattern is a good alternative. And then lastly, for this trend, I have McCall's 8155. I love this little jacket. It's so very cute. I think it would be really cute if you made it that crop style. You had like a cami underneath, and then you made some mini skirts or just like a sort of kick pleat skirt. That would look beautiful, and probably plaid fabric. And I would say like something like a green and bluish kind of pinky plaid. That would look really cute. Now let's move on to, yes, we did it. Trend number 10. And I think I saved the best trend for last, because this is one every single body across the board, watch it good, every single one across the board can wear and could wear and are wearing. If you don't like them, then I think everybody wears one of these, unless you don't like dresses at all. Okay, so Magnificently Maxi. That's what I'm calling this trend, but really the trend is a maxi style dresses. So just long flowy dresses, long flowy skirts. For this, I have 6 inspiration and 6 pattern possibility. So the first 3 are dresses, and then the last 3 are skirts. So let's start with this very first one. It's so beautiful. It's an amazing color. I love the neckline. I love that this is tiered, and it's so beautiful and long and flowing. Perfect for poolside, walking in the park, enjoying the day in the sun. Beautiful dress for vacationing as well. This next option, this inspirational one, is really beautiful, and I struggled to find pattern possibility for it because of some of the details of those little gathered portions on this, but I really like the design details of this dress. I'm going to insert a pattern that has similar lines, but is no longer available. It's out of print, so I'm going to just say head over to probably Amazon or Etsy to try and find it. It's a McCall's pattern, but it's from the Nicole Miller line. So good luck to finding it. The next inspiration is this beautiful, mock neck, full body fitted dress. And it's long and it's beautiful. It just elongates the body with that solid rose sort of color. It's just super gorgeous and beautiful. So just think about anything that's long, anything that's flowing, anything that's light and just beautifully feminine hits this trend. And I think most of us actually, if not all, most of us like those sort of style. So for inspiration, I have Simplicity S9041, very beautiful pattern, great lines, perfect for hacking if that's your thing. I like the sleeve, it's more relaxed, but it has a little volume, not too much. The next option is McCall's 7925. Okay guys, see this one? I had no clue how amazing this pattern is. Check out the line drawing on this one. This pattern is really, really a knockout. Like, I am taking a note from everything I say here, and I'm writing down that I need to always check line drawings on patterns that I don't gravitate to, because I feel like I have seen this pattern multiple times and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And now that I took some time and I actually went into the line drawings and I see the different styles, they are amazing. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Finally, we have Simplicity 8982, which is an exact replica of my inspo. That Merlot is as identical to this mustard as anything else. It's so beautiful and they are identical. So I have seen this pattern sewn up multiple times over the last few months and it really is an amazing pattern. It does not look that way straight out, but once you start working with it and you see other people's accomplishment, then you definitely want to try it. So guys, this is my video. I enjoy making videos like this. I love researching and finding inspiration and being on the hunt to see what I can find and how I can bring it to you and inspire you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I would love to hear from you in the comments section if this is something that you want me to do often. I really do like to do it. I do it every season. I've done it for spring and then for fall, but I can definitely do a summer version and fall and winter going forward. I've also done my color series and I am almost ready to start recording my color series so that I can share some amazing inspos regarding colors for this season. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to head over to my Instagram page and follow me over there. I share a lot of what's going on with me on the daily, and if you would like to support my channel, I would love for you to consider heading over to my Ko-fi account. It'll be listed down in the description section. Otherwise, I am so grateful for you when you watch this video to the end, because that means a lot to me for you guys to watch them to the end. Even if you have to stop and come back, that is just such an amazing help to my channel. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on my next upload. Bye-bye.
Push you away and we're done just like that. Something about you is pulling me back, and I'm holding on.